friends, today we're going to be looking at how to create a clock when there is a time that they give us. So here is my clock that I have not filled in perfectly yet because we're going to get to do that in together. And I know if there's a time like 2:45, I need to think to myself and say, which of these numbers is the hour hand or the shorthand? So I'm looking at 2:45, and I know that this 2 means hour. So that's going to be my shorthand, my small hand. And remember, I like to remember hour and it being the shorthand by thinking to myself and saying, hour, H-O-U-R, is a small word. So the hour hand is the small one. So I know that I'm going to put my hour hand in the backyard of my 2. It means it's gone past 2, but it hasn't quite gone to the 3 yet. And now I look at the 45, and that is my minute hand. So my minute hand is the long hand, and I can remember that by the word minute. If you were to spell it out, it's really long. So I can remember the minute hand being the really, 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 really big hand. So I have to think to myself, how do I do 45? So I can remember that I can always skip count by, what number do we skip count by? Yeah, 5s. Good job. So here we go. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and stop. So this also means 45. The 9 means 45. So I'm going to make sure I draw my minute hand all the way to the 9, directly hitting the 9. If I put it above the 9, it would be maybe 47 or 49. And if I put it below the 9, it would maybe be 43 or 41. So I want to make sure that it hits that 9, which really stands for 45, exactly. Awesome job, friends. Now we have one more that we're going to practice. So here is a clock, and it says draw 5:20. So again, I have to think, what do these numbers mean? I see some numbers. What does that mean? Well, I know that my 5 is my hour. And I like to put an H under it to label it and remind me. And I like to write that H small so I can remember, oh, that's the small hour hand. So now I'm going to be looking at my 5. All right, here comes a small hour hand. Just a small hour hand. And it doesn't have to be directly on the 5 because we know as the minute hand moves, the hour hand slowly moves too. But it can be anywhere after the 5. And now my 20 represents my what? Yeah, kiss your brain. Minute hand. And so I write my minutes big because that is the big hand. So I know I have to do 20. Wait a second. I don't see a 20 on this clock, do you? Wait, did you say there's a trick? What is that trick? How did I forget? Count by 5s. Amazing. So let's start with our 12. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. Stop right there. 20. My minute hand is going to point to the 4 because in minutes that really means 20 minutes. So I'm going to put my long hand directly at my 4. Now you can see that on my clock, if I was to look at just this clock and I didn't know the time, I can see that it is 5:20. Nice job, friends.